Hey, fifth grade, hope you're having a great day. Today in health, we are going over pages 46 and 47, which is titled A Storage Tank. So, the first thing we need to know is that our stomach is a small elastic bag made of bands of muscles that stretch as food enters it from the esophagus. That's why if you eat a big meal, you'll notice your stomach may kind of be bigger than usual because it's stretched to hold all that food. The purpose of the stomach is to store food and to release it a little bit at a time into the small intestine to further digestion. That's why it's called the storage tank. It stores it. In the stomach's lining are thousands of tiny glands filled with gastric juice. That is a digestive juice which softens food, kills bacteria, and starts digesting proteins. When you have food that has water, vitamins, and minerals in it, those do not need to be digested. They don't have to be broken down by those gastric juices. Anything that has water in it is absorbed directly into the bloodstream, so you don't have to let it break apart. Your blood can just absorb it directly. Your vitamins and minerals are dissolved in the water, and then they are absorbed into the blood. Very little of the carbohydrates and the fats that you eat are digested by gastric juice in the stomach, but solid fats are turned to oil from the stomach's heat. Fried foods and foods that were not chewed well are difficult for digestive juices to break down. So anything that you may have just kind of rushed to eat and you didn't chew very well, or anything that is really processed and fried, those are hard for it to break down. If you've ever noticed, sometimes food that's in small pieces we don't chew very well, like corn, it doesn't really break that down, and it'll still look like corn when it comes back out. An army doctor observed that the stomach finishes its work more quickly with some foods than others. So some foods are just naturally easier to digest. Obviously, if it's a softer food, if it isn't as hard, isn't as fibrous, anything like that, it is easier for it to break down, and it'll do that more quickly than other foods. He also realized that foods digest better when meals are eaten regularly with a chance to rest between meals. So people who either one, they eat basically all day long, they just keep snacking, or people who only eat like once, maybe twice a day, both of those are harder on your stomach. It's best to eat regular meals, 3 or 4 small meals a day, and to let your stomach rest between those. The doctor also realized that when you are unhappy or worried, your stomach has a harder time digesting your food. When you're stressed out, your body has to work harder. So if you are upset about something, if you're worried about something, that would be a time where you would try to use different techniques like prayer, meditation, anything like that, to try to get yourself back on track mentally. That way, the rest of your body can still operate well. I know this is a pretty short section, 5th grade. It goes more into the stomach some more later, but this is basically just kind of an intro. Make sure you remember the role of the stomach, that it is for storage. It holds the food, it breaks them down, and it helps digest them, which we need to digest our food well so that we can get all the proper nutrients from it and that our body can progress the way it's supposed to. It can grow, it can work, it can play, it can do everything that God intended it for it to do. I hope you're having a great time working from home, 5th grade. If you have any questions, if there's anything that's confusing, please let me know on Jupiter or on Zoom. Stay safe. I'll see you soon.